we picked up in the tunnels, wherein guards were coming to investigate the noises after some fumbling around by members of the Hand of Aegis and Smokey. And there's a brief sort of scattering of the sneakier guys who are up closer to where the guards were. And Eska uses Alter Self and appears and acts like a haggard old man looking for his pet rat. Incidentally, I still do not have any information on the location of Ratty.
No.
If anyone has seen Ratty, please speak to one of the local attendants. Eska is so believable that Bardor and Smokey have no idea what's happening.
As per usual.
They were confused where this old man came from as well. Eska convinces the guards that he is a lost old man looking for his rat. Everybody rolls terribly on insight, and Eska rolls very high on persuasion and performance. Smokey explores a little to the left and then gets terrified. Bardor explores a little bit further to the right, locating one weaveworm who did not see him, and a larger gathering of guards far off to the right. Eventually, both return back towards where Eska and then later the rest of the gang are waiting back down the initial tunnel. The consensus is that heading left is probably going to be better. It will stay away from the larger group, and it will it probably will take them closer to where they're ultimately heading, which is underneath the Cloud Lodge. As they're discussing this, Kedox, who has been left in an advanced position, hidden away, here's the commander of the group of guards in the sort of larger opening area up ahead to excuse me, to go and check on the old man and make sure that he's heading back out of the sewers. And there is a guard now making their way down the tunnel towards where the Hand of Aegis are currently situated. So, let's think about this. Let me get some distances for you so you have an idea of what you're working with. Okay, so Bardor, you've got what, 90 feet of vision, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So, you can see from how far back you guys were, you can see like that first crossroads, and then you can see there's like the little alleyway that was off to the right. And then beyond that, obviously, you can see the lit up area because it's lit up.
Mm-hmm.
But so the guard is now moving from the... Oops, I'm still on measure. There we go. Is moving from the lit up area into the darker areas and is generally heading your way. So, but you would know that he's right around 90 feet away right now. And is just slowly walking towards you, looking generally unhappy.
What triggered him?
The commander just told him to go check on the old man, make sure that he cleared out.
You get the short straw.
Yep. So, Kedox is quite close right now. Just hiding away down that passageway. He'd probably be coming into view in a few seconds. Well, the guard would be coming into view in a few seconds. I guess technically Kedox could come into view. I don't know exactly how he's positioned himself in that alleyway at the moment.
If there's like some debris or like I know you said there were some boxes and barrels that were kind of down there. I think in that little nook area.
Yes, that's correct. You want to go ahead, give me a stealth check for him real quick?
Mm-hmm. Kedox is feeling extra stealthy tonight. Know how I know? I guessed right. 19.
Yeah, it worked.
Positive waves.
Okay. Yep. He feels well hidden. And he is able to see as the guard approaches. What are you guys doing right now? Bardor, throw me a perception check too, please.
Okay. Okay. Perception. Rolling perception. Waiting on perception. 12.
Okay. As far as the guards, we're up there. I think you may have seen some of the guards. I'm trying to remember how well you saw them. But I think it was known that there were some sort of more around about 6 foot type people, and then some shorter, sort of 3 to 4 feet people.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely one of the taller ones. Though whether human, elf, or half-orc from here is tricky to say, especially with the light being what it is.
Okay.
But you know that they're now... when they get to that crossroads, they're definitely going to be within 60 feet of where your group currently is located.
Right, and he's closer to that intersection, that crossroad, than what we are.
Yeah, it looks like if we went that way at all, it's bad.
Yes. I was very slow to understand the question. Yes.
I got okay.
There is tunnel back behind you, obviously.
But
the way you came.
It doesn't break off any which way, though, does it? It's just a straight tunnel?
Pretty much straight. Yeah, I mean, it's not like just like a ruler straight. There are some twists and turns. But yeah, it's there's no exits anywhere close. He's just slowly plodding on down towards you.
Zavarius whispers, "Can anybody obscure us?" Any plans? Or shall I make a distraction?
Nothing.
Don't have any of these capabilities.
I would I would distract.
Zavarius' eyes wide over. He goes into Kedox and he starts to make the best old man impersonation that a pseudo dragon can, just going.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be
no words, but
right. Exactly.
Old man in peril.
He's gonna start ready.
In peril. This is gonna be performance with disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
On account of That's a pseudo dragon.
Oh. This is not... like father, like son. Okay, coming at you.
Oh, wow.
Disadvantage 16 with a 0 modifier.
Wow.
Very respectable. So, given a pretty high roll there, how do you imagine him doing this?
So he would... Oh, man, because I didn't even know what a pseudo dragon would pitch like. I imagine that it would probably, to muffle any kind of, to make it as muffled as possible, almost like sticking his head into whatever, like, piles of trash and garbage, and like using that to generate a noise and sort of manipulate the noise in the pile, to sound as close to an old man that he could.
Okay. You see the guard stop and turn. And he starts shuffling towards that corridor.
And then Savaris, he'll pop back in. And and the way I imagine it is Kedok's probably like stuffed himself into like a nook.
Yeah.
As like a trying not to move very much, and then pseudo hiding.
Yeah.
And he'll flash back to the others, and I hope it worked. I can't see anything.
Kedox with his passive perception of reasonable. What's his passive?
It is passive. His perception is +3 base. He don't think
So,
and he has
13.
advantage on. Well, that's only for seeing. Okay, never mind.
So he hears these slow footfalls coming towards him. A little bit of splash.
Shall
Get louder.
shall
and
we go
louder.
forward and left?
If we do that, I'll pass without a trace.
I think mine's still up.
Oh, is it?
I
Okay.
think so. Yeah, I've got it marked as such.
Okay.
Let's do double pass without a trace for +20.
Don't think it works that way.
It's simple math. Come on, that's exactly how it
let's
works.
do it.
Load them up. So Savaris would grab whoever he can reach in the dark.
Claire's right next to you. You could just, I mean, you. I think at this point you're kind of used to like slapping an arm on her shoulder anyway, when you disappear into Kedox mode.
Yeah, if you try and reach for Eska, Eska conveniently just sort of is ever so slightly out of reach every time you.
I've just realized there's no Esker on the screen there, huh?
It's better that way.
I thought I had everyone.
That is my stealth.
Dodge action.
My upcoming stealth roll.
Yes, please do go ahead. Make stealth checks with a +10.
Chainmail still at a disadvantage, right?
Chainmail is at disadvantage, yes.
You had a dirty look from Savaris in the dark.
Mm-hmm. I'm at 37.
Yeah, we'll see if that's enough.
17. Ooh.
Plus
15.
38 for Eska.
34 for Smokey.
Nice.
Wow, we have real swings and roundabouts, huh? flare here somewhere. This would be a disadvantage for the old Deltharuni.
Ooh,
You'd love to see it.
nice.
25 flare. Not a problem. So, you are able to shimmy up and left. Kedox hears the footfalls get louder and louder till they're right next to him, and then they keep going and move past. So,
After we got up and to the left, I'd flash in and just try to take a peek. Well, no, I can actually, because I can command Kedox to just relay this to me, so never mind. I'll just have him kind of relay the imagery in his mind.
okay.
If that's cool.
So, does he poke his head back out?
If the sound starts going like it passed further, yes, and he'll take an observant peek, like.
Yeah, he sees the guy moving slightly down the corridor away from him, and then he's at the there's like a left turn. Eska's being very brave.
Oh, that's not left.
And he looks like he's trying to figure out which way to go from there
Okay.
as it stands. Claire's going to be right next to Silverius. You'll notice you don't cling to these tiles, and that's because they're not actually regulation grid size right now on this one. So if I turn the grid on, it would be horrific.
Oh,
Everything's freeform.
that is an unsanctioned match. So Silvarus would just relay that. That seems to have worked.
Good work.
Okay. So, to remind you where you're at now, only some of you have seen this corridor before. Smoky most well. So, there is 2 passageways off to the right of the corridor you're on that both lead into it's another sort of area that's filled with boxes and crates, a lot of storagey type stuff in general. But that's about it. There's several different paths that lead off that way that Smokey's aware of. One of which looks like it leads straight back to the larger open area where the guards were. You can actually see a little bit of light spilling out across, like, further down the corridor. And then there is what looks like a T-junction opening up ahead. Right around here. And apparently Cassette is just staying behind.
Well,
Guys?
Looking ahead, and then I was,
Guys,
I wasn't there.
hello?
Now I'm just uncomfortably close.
and as I remember last time, we were supposed to be heading on this map sort of northwest.
That is the conclusion that you've made, yes.
All right. Should we go down to the next junction and then turn right? Just get a little bit of distance.
We could certainly try that. I did not go that way.
Who's leading?
Not Smokey.
Yeah, because that's following.
I mean, I guess I'll go.
Silvarus holds his hand up, and he's gonna summon Kedox. Dimensionally. Can you? Well, can you pop him into the pocket dimension within 100 feet and then unpop him?
Excellent question. Let me...
I think you can unpop him anywhere.
Yeah, let's see.
Let me.
I could
I
be
thought
wrong
you-
about that, but I didn't
I
think
thought-
you had to be
Isn't
close
it?
to
Yeah.
make him disappear.
You could just. You might actually be able to. I think they're kind of vague on.
Yeah. Just as an action, you can dismiss him. And he disappears into a pocket dimension.
Okay.
As an action, you can cause it to reappear in any unoccupied space within 30 feet. So yes, he could be anywhere, and you can pop him back.
If that's okay, then I'll like he holds his hand up and then like suddenly just pseudo dragon just appears.
Make a we'll call it what will we call it? Let's call it Arcana
Oh, okay.
with Sylvaris.
21.
Okay. We'll say that versus this, the you're able to like focus really hard and make sure that Kedox doesn't create any noise as he pops into a pocket dimension.
Okay.
He is traveling interdimensionally after all. There can be consequences, but you feel like you're able to wrap the weave around him and keep it quiet. So he is now just happy sitting in his little pocket dimension.
And I pop him out of his pocket dimension.
And where are you popping him?
He'll I'll hold his Sylvaris holds his hand out like a falconer, and he just goes. Boo.
Ow!
That was the sound it made. Real quiet, real still.
So very
And he'll
accidentally
just-
punches Esker, who was standing beside him.
Accident. I swear.
Allegedly. Okay.
Esker's going to take the rear again as well and just keep her ear out behind us as we move.
That was my plan with Kedox.
I mean, Kidox can look too.
Better two than one. And he'll nod to that. Kedox hops on Esker's shoulder.
Okay.
I would go behind Bardor.
Wow, this is a little crowded. Back in there, thank you.
Cassette wanders back into the
Alright.
main corridor for a moment.
Just
leap at
stumbling
the
around.
Roll a 0 initiative.
Everyone's last.
Okay. So here is what's going to happen. Bardor, as you head down the corridor, please make a perception check.
Okay.
And Cosette, please roll a d20.
Stupid hag.
You don't talk to Cassette like that.
Just because I rolled a 1.
Yeah, I know. I got a 20.
Still equal out, everything's fine. Moving on.
Yeah.
Okay. You, Bador, realize as you are moving down the corridor, you think there may be... You hear some shuffling up ahead to the right. Sounds like there could be someone there.
How far ahead?
Like, where you've got this, like, T-junction here.
Mm-hmm.
You're hearing some, like, maybe scuffing of shoes or something. Just off to the right there. Probably not too far to the right from that turn.
Like literally right in front of me.
Well, if you're here,
Okay.
because I assume that's which way you were headed, unless I misunderstood.
That's the
would've
direction
gone-
I thought he was going.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine then. That's the way I was going.
Um,
I was going straight instead of right.
So you think somewhere over here-ish.
Okay.
Exactly where, very hard to tell. But you think someone up ahead to the right.
Okay. I will note that. There's way up ahead.
You don't see any light sources. You may move yourself.
I will pause and ask if we want to double back though, and go to the right instead of going down that way to see if we can maybe wind our way around.
To the group?
Yes. I'll pause and sort of huddle up and see if we want to go where, I guess, is that Smoky at the intersection there?
Yeah.
And did we want to turn there at that intersection, or do we want to just keep moving forward even though there's potential contact ahead?
I do not want to turn there. That goes back to the main area.
Can you just pop up there, Butter, and see if it is a bad person or a good person? Because we are looking for somebody. I'd hate to avoid the person we're looking for.
Fair. All right. I'm moving ahead. I'm just going to scuttle forward
Okay.
and try to
your
poke about.
existing stealth maintains,
That's good.
which is 37. So you poke your head around the corner. You see one Drake's Warden guard there. Appears to be smoking some sort of rolled up cigarette, maybe. You just see like a little bit of the embers burning at the end as he takes a drag on it.
Oh.
Looking around, you can now see. First of all, let me do a little revealio here for you. You can see what's what, so you can see this right here, and then why did I make everything so diagonal? Not good when I can only reveal in squares. You can see it just opens up into another T-junction off to the left.
All right.
And then there's a guard right about here-ish, not looking towards you. He's a little bit big. There we go. He's not right. So yeah, there is a guard, and he's hanging out there. Just like leaning up against the wall, having a smoke.
Okay.
No other contact around as far as you can tell.
I guess I'll go back to the group since I don't think anybody's following me. And say there's up ahead to the right, smoking, not paying much attention. We might be able to move to the left and go around him.
Hmm.
If you say so. Smokey's wiping his brow.
Does Smokey sweat?
He's wiping his brow of invisible sweat.
Okay.
I mean, I'm going to try to push on and move around that way. I'm gonna, try to communicate with the group about like where I'm going since they can't really see me. This is one of those times whenever this skill sucks.
Which way are you going once you get around?
Well, I'm going to look before I just go. I mean, I would like to go northward, so I would like to turn right.
Okay.
That would be my inclination, but
Understood.
so I will go ahead. Hopefully, people are following me.
What does quick question? What does he see to the right as he goes? Sorry. Eska says, just a moment, everybody. What did Badur see to the right beyond the guard?
Oh, yeah. So there's it widens slightly into another sort of weird open area. You can tell like the pipes around here. There's a big. There's a lot of weird shapes going on. It gets wider and narrower. Some of it's very pipey, some of it and metallic. There's still some stone areas that are being connected into that were maybe pre-existing tunnels. So Bador would see actually all the way down that corridor. So it kind of opens up a little bit, and there's a little turn off to the right that probably links back up to the room that was north of the rest of the group. And then beyond the guard, it narrows again, and then eventually, maybe 40 feet away, the tunnel turns to the left, at which point he cannot see what's happening beyond there.
And I relayed all that perfectly to them.
All right.
I mean, you get like one sentence, maybe,
I'm gonna
of a
say,
message.
get ready to go. I'm going to try and pull his attention briefly to the north, and I'm gonna duck down the corridor to the right for a moment, head straight. So I'm kind of just. I guess I can actually move, but yeah, I'm gonna turn right, head up into this sort of junction, and then get a few feet from the entrance here, and I'm just gonna grab a little bit of debris of some kind, and I'm just gonna throw it into the corridor, so it lands in the whatever water is there.
Can you draw on the map roughly where you're throwing?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check to see how well you pull off your delicate throw.
That's gonna be 11.
Okay. And roll a d20 for me.
Okay. 10.
Okay. So you create a little splat over here. By door, you hear shuffling from the guard. A little bit of shuffling.
As soon as I've thrown it, by the way, I am just trying to quietly move back down.
Are you peeking around to see the guard? Bardor?
Sure.
Okay. As you do that, you see
Guard comes to me.
so the guard turns and looks, and then as he does, you see down the far end of the corridor another guard emerge, coming to investigate the sound, and another guard coming to investigate the sound. And with your perception, you would also hear distinct slithery noises that indicate, you assume, probably behind that group, the weaveworm.
All right. Go back real quick. Say 2 more guards with one of those dragon things behind them. Coming down.
That did not work out, I was hoping.
Oi, what was that? I don't know. Just sitting there having a smoke. You hear more footfalls moving both away from you and kind of towards you.
They're investigating. We should move.
Yes.
Do we go across the hall?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, follow me. And then
Now
I'm
or
gonna
never.
duck into that little diagonal spot and look at the T section to try to see if there's anything else.
Okay, one sec. So you see, so as you kind of poke your head around, you see it kind of curves slightly away. And as far as you can tell, it just sort of eventually ends up at another T-junction up to your right. Looking left, you see it ends up coming to a turn away. Distance-wise, we're talking... So it's about 25, 30 feet up to the T-junction to your right, and more like 40, 45 feet, maybe 50, turning where the passageway turns hard to the right. Yeah.
Okay.
Before kind of sensing them drawing into that area, because I sort of came back to warn them, what I will do is I'll just poke my head around the corner and throw one more bit of detritus. Hang on, that's not the right thing. Into the passage I just came out of. And then head back down.
Okay. You hear the sound of boots running towards that sort of open storage area where you were just standing.
And I just encourage people to move. Keep moving.
Yeah, I'm gonna go north.
Okay.
We're gonna make all these guards think it's haunted down here. We're just gonna keep on chasing noises and I swear there was this old man looking for a rat.
Yep.
So you see as you walk past those with good dark vision, would see that there are now there's a bunch of guards now clustered around looking in this area. Additionally, there's a little big. Not reaching me. It's Mickey. No, that didn't help.
That's really big. That's really little.
I can't.
Oh God, no!
I can't get the thingy to work where I can, like the rotate thing is right.
It's always
Underneath.
under something.
So I can't rotate it, so whatever.
That
we're just gonna
rotation
go
is
with this
fine. We get the idea. It shuffles backwards down the corridor.
You see, there's two of them in there.
Oh my gosh!
We just need to set up a nuke in there.
Oh my! Like
And we've left cassette behind.
she's on her own.
Guys,
Keep moving.
hello?
I thought it was with Claire, and then she teleported. So.
She just used Misty Step out of nowhere.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
At this,
You scurry quickly,
Mhm.
but relatively soundlessly. As you pass, you will like cast panicked looks down that corridor. None of them seem to be looking beyond the guard who was stationed there. You do hear a lot of chatter, like people trying to figure out what's going on. But that's it for now.
Is that another turning off to the right that's going to lead... Oh, it can't lead back to it. It looks like there's no entrance. Not immediately, anyway. But there is like a little turning off to the right, right?
Yeah, there's a T-junction here. There you go. Gives you a slightly better view.
but does it go back in there?
Back in where?
Well, into where all of the people are.
Oh, I see. So as you look down here, you see here. It appears to hit a turn to the left, looking to your left about 30 feet, and then to your right, it immediately turns to the left and north, essentially.
Good gracious! All right. Well, so and whenever I'm looking down to the left here, it doesn't look like it turns north. It looks like it turns south.
That is correct.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna whisper back, looking to the right, and so I'm gonna scurry over to the right here, and then look northward at this intersection or this turn. See what I see.
You see a corridor about 35, 40 feet. There's two turns. One is about 30 feet away. The other one is at the end. It turns right. You could logically infer, and you can hear some noise that suggests that if you were to go that way, turn right, you'd end up where a giant cluster of guards and weaveworms is. There is a turning off to the left.
Okay.
As I said.
I'm gonna whisper back and say, Eska, stay inside my head so I can talk to you.
Okay, I will try and... every few seconds I'm going to say hello. Hello.
And I'm just going... And then I'm gonna look to the left to see if we've got a clear spot after I move up a little bit.
Hello. Hello.
Bador and Smokey, please roll D20.
Rando D20s.
Actually, I whisper to Bart... Sorry, I'm just thinking of the situation we're in. I whisper to Bardo, I can't, Bardo. That's magic.
8.
12.
Okay. Let's see. 8. So, you look to your left, and you see a corridor.
Perfect.
Why didn't that?
Is every roll on this D20 a number of guards that we see, and it's just from 1 to 20?
So,
So, you see a long passageway. It goes beyond your vision. And you see nothing down that corridor.
but is there a turn-off point?
There is.
Okay.
About 25 feet down to the right, you
Okay.
see a turn.
All right.
And you think you may hear something down there.
Down that corridor?
Yep.
Oh, sweet. Like, does it... It's a freaking sewer.
It's a very, very
That is
popular
correct.
sewer.
It is a sewer. You have correctly identified that.
Eska whispers down to Bardo. Remember, Bardo, there are people we want to see down here as well.
Keep saying that. I'm not so sure. All right. Am I being followed? Are we just going to stick together then?
I think, generally, unless we send you forwards.
Okay.
Or unless you say you're going forwards, like, by yourself.
All right. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
if you want to stealth forward, I'm cool. I mean, I'm fine with that too.
No, that's. I just want to know what we're doing more than anything.
We should
to know
probably
how to
have a
act.
slight stealthy lead. At least a little bit from... You're about as invisible as they can be.
Yeah, I will. What I'll try to do is I'll be like, I'll give direction and I'll just be like right or straight or something like that. You know what I mean? I'll whisper back. So from here, I'll just say left.
So
and
I'll
then-
stay within whispering distance of
Yeah.
Bardor,
And then
then
I'll. Oh, go ahead.
yeah. Oh, I was just gonna say, and then convey that to the group if they didn't already hear him.
Okay.
And so far as he'll grumpily whisper to the group when they're kind of like around each other.
And make sure those that can see in the dark look for signs or clues. Anything that might lead us to Lavinia.
Is this a little bit like the game where you whisper to each other? So by the time it gets to Esker, it's turned from left to
telephone.
the pink elephant is.
Yep. Yep.
That would be
could
the
be.
result of our what was that little insight.
Yes.
Is there anything northward as I'm looking down that next hallway?
Yeah. Yeah, there's. So you see. Again, passageway turns to the right. You have about a. What is that? 30 foot. 20, 30 foot corridor in front of you. About halfway down, it turns to the left, and then at the end, it turns into a slightly wider tunnel to the right.
Okay.
That's not really what you're paying attention to, though. What you're paying attention to is the 3 guards here.
Oh boy.
Who currently are just having a little chat. Oh, no. Accidentally made that guy kind of wider than intended. So they're just like chilling like this at the moment. They don't seem to be aware of your presence as far as you can tell.
Okay. So you say there's a long corridor here?
Yep.
And it just keeps going.
Yep.
Okay. So there is, and from what I can tell, seeing forward, there is no other turn-off point.
Currently that is correct. Yes, you're not seeing anything else down there.
Okay.
You don't see any light sources. You do see here. It looks like right around here on the map, there's a little candle that has been lit and is just behind that guard, just lighting up that area a little bit. So you can tell at least one of them must be reliant on light to see down here, based on that.
Okay. Ooh.
When, real quick, when we rounded that corner, this little spot right there, did that become visible?
Yeah, I think that would become visible.
Okay, let's make sure it didn't have like a little upward path right in the middle.
It does not have a little upward path. So you are now confident, just sort of like mentally trying to piece together. It is very disorienting. But you're confident that you can, if you were to go around to the right, you would link back up to the group currently investigating.
Mm-hmm.
Incidentally, you do hear discussion coming from behind you that way. It doesn't seem to be getting louder at the moment.
Okay.
Right. What I'm going to do is tell the party to go straight. And we're going to move down this area. This long corridor.
Did he say attack?
I am holding back. Believe me. But yeah, so maybe going off map a little bit, because honestly, at this point, I'm trying to like find a way to see if we can go like northward still, or just to regroup.
We going off map. We're gonna find the other entrance.
Honestly, that's kind of what I was thinking. It was just like it was another side entrance.
What probably happens is we walk to the right-hand side of the map and walk on there instead.
This is where we poke our heads up through the like sewer hole, and there's like 9 guards that look down at us. Huh?
Okay, so you all kind of head down this corridor. It continues for about, certainly well over 100 feet. Sounds seem to have quietened behind you. You're not really hearing anything anymore. The light hasn't changed as you continue down there. Eventually, you do come towards there is a little bit of light that's ahead of you. As you keep going towards it, you see the tunnel starts to slope up, and eventually you get to a gated entrance, like a barred entrance that leads, and you see the open air beyond. It is currently dark outside, and give me a quick perception check, whoever feels like it, actually.
I mean, why not?
16.
Okay.
13.
So by Dorso Varus, you're looking out and you see a mixture of wooden and stone construction. Smokey, you're able with you kind of have a slightly skinnier neck. You can get your head to kind of turn around a little bit more awkward. But you can see, looking sort of like up and back, that you are just outside the city walls. And in fact, it looks like there may be a guardhouse just sort of like a little ways. Trying to sort of orient yourself as best you can, you'd think it's probably a little bit south of your current location.
Well, this is interesting. It appears we are outside the city walls. And that over there might be a guardhouse.
Does it look like a Drakesburg guardhouse? I don't know if they have any kind of insignia or banners that they tend to hang, or heraldry or whatnot.
Yeah, they do tend to do that. Yeah. It's a little hard to tell because it's dark. But when the wind catches one of the banners just right, you can see that it's the dragon banner of Drakesburg.
I'm having a terrible idea.
Oh, what is it?
Well, we've reached a bit of an impasse here. What if we were to... a couple of us sneak into the guardhouse, grab some uniforms, and then we uniform up as Drake's Wardens, and then just walk right through them?
That is a questionably terrible idea.
Here's the thing. I know that we don't have a great love for the city, but I am very reticent to want to kill any of these guards who we really don't know anything about, and for all we know, they are just doing a job, just innocent people. I feel that is a difficult decision to make, to kill innocent guards.
Murder was not on the docket, unless absolutely necessary.
And he cracks a little smile.
We're not here to kill people.
Yes.
How confident are you in retrieving said arms?
Ooh, probably 20%. But I mean, we're a little bit stuck here, and I mean, really, I have no idea what might be in there, but it may not be. If we can get out of here briefly, we can just sneak over there, take a peek in, and you know, if we are lucky, there is armor there. I imagine a lot of the, as we've seen, a lot of the guards are out in the city patrolling. Maybe we can grab it. It might be a terrible idea, but the presence down here is a lot more thick than I imagined it could be. What does everybody think?
They've
So
got
are
guards
the-
everywhere, so I think it's a decent enough idea.
Are the Drake's Warden all... Are they of different races? Like... Or do they seem to be like a... Is there like a dominant race for the Drake's Warden?
There's some
who
short and
tend
some
to be.
average, right?
Yeah, there's been a fairly mixed bag.
Okay. I think this could be a good idea.
I mean, if there's nothing there, you know, no harm, no foul. We just get back to this horrible situation we're in.
Does sound a bit possibly easier. But as far as infiltrating that, I don't think the entire group should go. A better task for one, maybe two.
Yes, I don't think it needs to be an elaborate heist. It's going to be a crime of opportunity. If the opportunity is there, we grab them. If not, straight back.
Let us know how successful you are.
You don't want to draw stores or something?
I certainly do not.
Is the gate
I will be
locked?
clear, it will not be either of these two.
As he points to Cosette and Eska.
What? Cosette
Or
and
not
Eska?
Eska.
Okay.
Cosette and, sorry, Claire.
Okay. He just can't see very well, so he does point to Eska.
No, this one. Not you.
He's just talking to all the wrong people.
Yeah, he's pointing all over the place. What do you say, Bud? A quick, very quick trip?
Yeah, let's do it.
If you like, I can be your tail, and if it's nice and dark, your ability to blend in, I can just keep watch. If not, I can, you know, we could see how it goes.
Sure.
Are we able to actually get out of here?
there a
It does
door?
appear to be that the gate is padlocked from the outside, but you can reach the padlock.
Okie dokie. I guess.
Just cast knock.
Right. I'll do that. I knock on the padlock.
It does not open.
Oh, raspberries. I did bring my lock picking set.
Ooh.
So I shall try that.
Yeah, go for it.
Ooh. I've got thieves tools stuff. Like I've actually got
You got proficiency?
yes, that's what I'm looking for.
There we go.
Bardo just calls it stuff.
Yeah.
I got proficiency with stuff.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's the stuff.
That is, as you say, the stuff.
So yeah, that's a natural 20 for a 27.
Yeah, it's a very rudimentary lock. It seems that while there is clearly a not inconsiderable guard presence, you don't anticipate many people trying to get down here. And you're able to pop it open very easily. And it just drops into your hand, and you also now have a lock.
Save you for later. Woohoo!
And it takes a little.
I think that's
It would take a little bit of effort to open because it's, you know, like thick iron bars, and you have to, like they're sort of at an angle. Like what would it be? Like a 30-degree angle.
I said
So it's-
Silverius.
Yeah, it would take some effort to push it open.
He's already stepping forward to help lift it.
Not a problem. Plenty of strength there. So, yeah. Those wishing to leave may do so. You can now more easily look out and see you are about 40, 50 feet away from the gate. It looks not too dissimilar to the north gate through which you entered previously. There are a couple of guards stationed high up on the wall above the gate itself. And currently visible, you see one guard standing at the actual sort of doorway, entryway thing.
To the
looking
city?
Just yes,
Okay.
yes. So, and yeah, it's very clear that you are now outside the walls, looking towards the gate that leads into the city.
There wasn't any Drakesburg present typically on the outside.
Well, they're at the threshold.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that is a question though. There doesn't seem to be anybody near the guardhouse particularly. Seems quiet out here.
Yeah. So the you've got the gatehouse, and then there's the road that sort of leads up to it, and there's a few buildings sort of like either side of the road. Like I said, a mixture of wood and stone construction, and the sort of like the area where the guards would be is sort of attached to the gate entrance. So you can see that there's windows. Yeah, there's windows at sort of like chest height for Eska. And that's sort of like essentially built almost into the big stone wall, like the city wall. That makes sense?
Yeah. Esker will just put her hand on Bado's shoulder real quick and say, "I've got your back. I'm right behind you."
Okay. So move forward stealthily
Okay.
towards the guardhouse.
Please give me renewed stealth checks.
And I kind of like my last one.
I understand. You still have Pass of the Trace up.
I too
I'm
like
still
my
the same.
last one.
Okay.
Question, is it like at least reasonably shadowy, or is it
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's dark.
there's not too much there's not sort of bright torches around too close?
Right at the gate itself is lit up.
Okay.
There are a couple of, certainly at least a few windows that are far enough away that they're not particularly well lit.
21 for me, pretty bad.
18.
19 for me. But both the dice look for different numbers on roll
Hang on,
20 than what showed up in the box. So
Right?
Has Cosette come with us, or is Cosette doing it?
I didn't want to be left behind.
Wait, I thought it was just Bardor and...
oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was everybody.
Is it Bardor and...
We'll say
Espen going?
Cassette is being a little prairie dog at the end of the end of the tunnel. Just, I mean, unless Cassette wants to go.
No, she
Well,
wouldn't go if she didn't have to.
Far be it from me to stop your clunky butt going out there.
And I will.
Yeah, right.
Right, yeah, Cassette goes to leave and Severus just like, nope, not you. Okay, so you're able to get up against the city wall and kind of creep along towards the windows. You feel relatively stealthy right now.
Okay. Sounds good. So yeah, keeping an eye out for any guards, or I mean, even just passersby. We don't really want to be seen. So if there's like a window or something or whatever, I'll peek through.
Yeah, make a perception check.
If it helps, I encourage Bardo to concentrate on what he's doing, and I will keep a watch of anybody looking suspicious.
Okay. Sounds good.
You also make a perception check.
15.
17 for me.
Okay. So you come up to the first window and try to peek through. And you see what appears to be it looks like, as you kind of peer through, you see a desk, and then beyond that you see what's probably a jail. Looks like you can see some like bars. There's nobody sitting at the desk presently, and as far as you can tell, nobody in the jail itself either.
From what I can see, does it look like there's anything that would be useful inside for our purposes of getting, like, grabbing armor or tabards or anything like that?
No. What you do see is that essentially the desk is quite close to the window. Then there's like an open space, and then the bars. And it looks like there's a corridor that runs essentially like the desk is one side of the corridor, the bar like the cells are the other side of the corridor. And so looking to the right, there's like the wall. Like essentially the corridor continues off to the right of where you're looking, in the general direction of the gate. And it is in the center of the wall that's to the right of the desk.
So how big is this place? Like his gatehouse?
So the cells look about 10 foot by 10 foot. That are sort of like the back of that room. And then it's like a 5 foot corridor space, but that's kind of a bit generous. And then it's about the desk is in quite a wide area. It's like a 20 by 20 space.
Yeah.
Is that? No, 20 by 10. Sorry.
Okay.
And it's just that one desk there. Basically, it's just a guy whoever gets stuck watching the cells, basically.
Right.
And it's just a couple of cells at the back there. And the inside walls seem to be made of the same sort of stuff that the big outside walls are made of as well. So everything's very thick and fortified.
Okay.
Is this a good entry point?
I mean, I guess I don't know if there's going to be actually anything we're looking for here, though. That's the problem.
It might not be bad to get in where it's quiet, though. Can you get the window open? Is it glass?
Yeah.
Is it a glass window, or is it just an open hole?
No, there is it's like a wooden frame glass window. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. This is not okay. All right. I'm going to tell It's like Eska's around me, right? You're with
Right behind you, like within a couple of feet of you.
me. In this circumstance, Phil, would you say that she would be able to see me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I was like, I've got an idea. And then I am going to cast Disguise Self, and I am going to, because it's not concentrate, and I am going to look like a one of the guards. So I'm going to have the tabard. Now, do they have the same type of armor, or is it different type of armor?
You have seen a couple of different
Okay.
types.
So
They're not all like consistently in breastplate or anything like that.
okay. So basically, I'm just going to keep my same armor, but I'm going to have like sort of like whatever their like tabard or whatever that kind of marks them.
Yep.
As such, and I am going to basically, I'm going to remain a dwarf, but I'm going to change my like the color of my like hair and beard to black.
Okie dokie.
And I'm just going to tell Eska to just stay here for a second. And I'm just going to basically walk out and walk into the guardhouse.
Okay. So in order to do that, you would need to walk up and go through the main gate.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually a door like inside the gatehouse itself that turns left and into the guardhouse.
See?
So you're still able to do that. But I just want to make sure that you understand that the entrance is through the gatehouse.
Okay.
There's no doors on this outside wall. Windows, yes, but no door.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna proceed.
Okay. So you walk out and onto the road, and then head towards the gatehouse. I mean, are you just walking like straight along the wall and then turning in?
I mean, I'm gonna make it so I'm not like sneaking. I'm just gonna be kind of like casual. I'm
Okay.
gonna be as casual as I can.
Why is there no like cool check, chill check?
I did real well on my stealth.
Does he
This isn't stealth anymore.
keep
well,
saying if he passes anybody? Does he just say, "Hey, I'm casual" as he walks by?
Performance, right? You know.
Yeah,
I would
think
have thought performance.
I think it's falling to performance, which is going to be interesting.
It's
I'll
not history
give
on the
you,
plus side.
Or deception.
I'll give you advantage because you look like a Drake's warden.
All right.
Cool, Drake's Warden.
Performance, you say?
As you head up to the,
Is this
Up to the
Badger's
guard and
first
you-
performance?
you do see a guard. You see that one guard who's kind of like hanging out by the gate. He looks over at you.
No.
That's
No.
a lot of twos.
No.
Oh no!
No.
I mean, like,
Hardor.
this isn't my thing, obviously. But I didn't think it would be this bad.
This is the worst roll of the campaign.
I mean,
So just to confirm what you rolled, please.
I'd rather not. I mean,
Just
so
wipe this one from the record. Stop recording.
I don't even know, man. Okay. I rolled 2 2s, which my performance is a -2, so both of those are zeros.
Okay, good. Advantage well used.
He's a double O agent, y'all.
So, Eska and Cosette, you see as Bador tries to swagger his way up through the gate. And the guard who's sort of on duty there looks over and says, this one is human, dark skin, and just looks over and says, "Do I know you, friend?"
considering my performance. I don't know if there's any way I can get out of this. I'm just gonna be like, oh no, I'm pretty new.
What were you doing out there?
Just had to go to the
Actually, I'm pointing
bathroom.
Plenty of latrines inside the house. What are you doing there? And he starts kind of walking towards you.
Well, I had
Eyeing you
to
up a little.
go to the. I had to do some stuff that nobody wanted to know about. Okay.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Can I mean, I'm not doing anything, but can I hear this?
Yeah, I would say you're probably close enough. You probably would be within like 20, 30 feet.
Okay, I'm just keeping
The guard is not quiet.
keeping as in the shadows as I can, but keeping a hard eye on Bardur to see if he's reaching for any weapons at any point.
All right. So for a moment there was some good stuff going on. 5.
He he walks over to you and says, "Well, I'm going to need you to wait here." And he turns briefly to he actually starts to look up. And there's a couple of guards up above.
Okay. I mean, am I being watched now by the guards from above?
They can't see down.
Not see down.
Yeah, they can't see to where you're at, but he looks up and calls out, "Oi, get down here." And you hear a groan, but eventually you hear there's a door either side once you get through like the first set of doors.
Mm-hmm.
The one to the left, goes to the guardhouse. The one to the right, you're now realizing, goes to some stairs that leads up to the walls. And you hear footsteps grudgingly coming down those stairs. Eventually the door opens up. And 2 more guards come out.
Is Bardur doing anything?
That's a good question. Is Bardur doing anything?
I mean, so
Sweating profusely.
yeah, basically, whenever he like turned around, like how turned around did he get?
His eyes weren't looking at you. Because he looked up to cool up, even though it's kind of force of habit, really.
You're right. Let's see. That probably that doesn't work. Dead. I mean, I'm going to just stand there and hope for the best at this point.
Okay, at this point, seeing that more people are arriving and worrying that things are going south, Eska's going to just untie her sort of hooded cloak and just set it down beside her real quick. And she's going to just pop it down in the, next to the wall there. She's going to undo a few buttons of her upper thing, whatever she wears, some kind of leatherish contraption, and she's going to run out and say, Freddy, I'm not... You left so soon.
To me?
We were barely finished. Yes.
Well, I mean, out of character ain't a character. There's much confusion. So he just kind of like points at himself, like, "What? Me?"
And then she sees the other guards and she says, "Oh, how embarrassing! You told me you're off duty."
Well, I mean, just yeah. Yeah. I look awkwardly over at the other dude who's, grilling me.
I'm gonna need another performance check
From Eska, right?
from Asuka.
Oh my god!
I did not have this on my bingo card.
I just.
God
Oh no,
bless
it's
it.
a 7.
Just
Oh, the dice have deserted us.
yeah.
The dice said it's gone too far.
The first guard just kind of looks from one to the other and says, "I don't know what's going on." And the other two guards now appear. There's a halfling and a elvish person. The elf kind of has sort of amber skin, and unusually has a little goatee going on. And the halfling looks like the one who probably groaned. Definitely rocking a bit of a dad bod, bit of a belly, and looks over and says, "All right, what's going on then? Who are you? Don't recognize you." And then turns to the Esker and says, "And who are you?"
Wait your turn.
And the elf looks at you, Bardo, and says, "I don't know you. Why don't I know you? I thought I knew everyone on this side."
I mean, I don't normally serve on this side.
Are you outside of the wall after dark?
Well, obviously, and I point over at Eska.
Eska's
At that.
buttoning her. Eska's buttoning her buttons back up.
Ooh. This is highly irregular.
I mean, yeah, okay, look, yes, you are right. It is highly irregular, okay? I asked to be transferred over here. And what side of the town are we on? Are we on the west side? On the east side?
I'd like to think that, yeah.
Like, this is that part's out of character, right?
So that was James, not Bardo.
Yeah, that was... Well, yeah, let's give a little bit of reason. I know that sometimes me not having a distinctive character voice is problematic.
But we got, because it's like isn't it the west shore, the east side, the west shore? So
Yeah,
it's
right.
like-
This is the east side of the city.
Okay. So normally I'm over on the western end. I wanted a night transfer because of
It was too far.
yeah. So,
So where are you stationed over there on the west?
I'm gonna say they all right. Crap. I need to roll history to see if Bardor knows, because I sure don't. Can I
You know what? I 100% accept
Okay.
that Bardor can roll history here
Okay.
to see if he can remember a suitable
Reaching for a
location
Bardo
in
history
the heat
check
of
to
the
get you out
moment.
of this feels like a bad idea.
Yeah, I know. So let me ask you this. Just this is definitely not a Barter question right now, but this is a James question because I don't remember anyway. I'm sorry, but did we come in like through the port on the side that I'm saying I'm stationed?
No.
Okay. Well, I really don't know then. This is gonna be good.
I mean,
man.
you've been to the port over there.
Well, we'll see. Let's go with this. Come on, don't do me dirty. God, it was 18, and then it moved over to a 1. Well, it was a 2 again, but a -1 at history, so it's a 1. I'm gonna say that I'm like over by the dock.
Right, and who's your commander there?
Jeffrey, that's his name.
Does this appear to be like somebody in charge?
You get the impression that what you have here is 2 regular guys and 1 guy who outranks them by the tiniest amount, but acts like he's like 12 stations above them.
Okay, so Esker is going to, as there's this little bit of confusion, Esker is going to subtly cast Suggestion. And hang on, I need to use some slots of some things here. And she is going to say, I mean, if you want my suggestion, you should just forgive him for this and let him get on with his night. He's, we all have our needs. I certainly had mine, and I was wrong to ask him out on duty, but, you guys are overworked. And she tries to nod encouragingly to the 2 she's not talking to try and sort of get them on board with the fact that they feel like they're overworked.
Wisdom saving throw.
Sorry,
right?
yeah, it's a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, I was just reading through. Making sure I understood.
You should have told him to go check with the guard captain on the West End himself.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go. He started marching on across.
I'm gonna go get him myself as I walk through.
I want these other 2 out of the way as well.
The elf chap with a little goatee looks at you and says, perhaps you're right. Perhaps I'm being too strict about this. But why don't you, and he points to you, Esker, make yourself scarce, or make yourself useful, and you get inside and get some rest before your shift starts. And find your transfer papers.
Copy. Sorry.
Esker pats him on the shoulder and says, same time tomorrow? Well, maybe we'll meet somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of slink inside.
Okay. You weren't concentrating on anything else at that point, correct?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't believe so. The only other
I don't
spell
think you
I've
were
cast is was the disguise, the alter self.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to tell you I rolled abysmally, even though I had advantage.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Thank you. It went. Yeah. Those rolls went badly.
Yeah. The dice stayed very low.
I mean,
Let's see. Okay, well, the best thing we had was that perception that didn't count. persuasion rather. There was a disadvantage persuasion that didn't count, and then we've got to go back to Eska's perception for a good roll. It's been a very good string of terrible dice there.
As he goes to slink away, Eska just pats him on the butt and says, "Yes, you get your rest. You'll need it."
I'm just son of a.
It's got to be so awkward for a partner.
Man, I'm gonna have to come back and put my notes in for this. This is too much.
I have not written any notes, and I think I'm just gonna leave it that way.
James and
just
partner
redact this.
Yeah.
blanking it out of memory.
Yeah,
What happened last session? Nothing. Move on.
nothing.
Well, we snuck through some tunnels, and here we are.
I just
Cassette,
hand
you-
myself in. I'm just like, I'm done.
Cassette, you're about 40 feet away, and you watch this craziness happen. You can't hear it all very clearly, but you hear little bits, and then you see Eska slap Bardor on the butt as Eska then walks away from the gate, and Bardor goes in and disappears from view.
She just like mouth open, and then she like ducks back down, looks at Claire and goes, "Do I have a story to tell you later?"
Claire just says, "I'm so annoyed I couldn't see it. Too short." So Bardor, you go through a door.
I do.
And it's like one of those nice iron banded doors that would be very difficult to knock through. You walk inside, and you have a 60-foot stone corridor ahead of you. You can see it open up at the end into what you assume is the jail cells area. And as you look down, there are 4 doors, 2 on each side. And there's along the walls, in between the doors, there are braziers on the walls. It's a narrow corridor, only 5 feet. And currently, all 4 doors are closed. Yeah, that's what you got.
I mean, am I being followed in?
You turn around, and look, and it looks like, the elf and the halfling are already turning and heading across back to the door that leads up top. And the human kind of eyeballs you a little bit, but then returns back to a little 3-leg stool that's perched up against the entryway there, and looks back out towards the area beyond the gate.
Okay. So is there a door here that I could close then?
Yes,
Okay.
you could walk through the door and then close it behind you, no problem.
Okay, and like that's not like weird or anything because like the door's already.
The door was closed,
Okay.
so you can walk through it and then just close it behind you.
Okay.
No issue. Yeah.
Good. So yeah, I'm gonna start not rifling, but I am going to start searching for what I'm looking for.
Okay. So each of the doors is it's another banded wooden door. They each have keyholes, large handles. There's no kind of signage above any of the doors to indicate what they might be.
Okay. Well, I will just just start opening the doors.
Okay. You open the first door on the left.
Sure.
Just because that's the first one there, I guess.
Yep.
And it appears to be an armory type room. Okay. You do see a lot of there's on the left wall, so it's about 10 foot by 20 foot. The back wall, sort of like opposite the door, you see one window in the middle of the room, and then the rest of that wall is taken up with you see 2 crossbows and then spaces for like 3 or 4 more. And these are heavy crossbows, big old chunky crossbows, and then left wall, you see maces hanging up. Again, there's 2 maces hanging up and then space for another few. And then on the right, you see a couple of shields hanging up. And there is a like a chest in the middle of the room. That currently is closed.
Okay. Are the shields that have emblems on them of Drakesburg?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna look into the trunk.
Okay. You open the trunk, and inside you see a handful of the, like you said, like the tabard type things that they would put over their armor. So it's dark green fabric. Doesn't look particularly nice fabric, just like very basic, low grade stuff, with the emblem plastered right in the heart. As a reminder, the emblem is a
Excuse me.
it's a big old dragon.
Big old
Basically.
dragon.
Big old dragon.
Okay. Do I recall whether Silvarius or Claire and or Cosette are carrying shields?
Yes, you would know that. I believe all 3 of them were provided shields by the.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Claire took one too. I can't remember exactly, but no cassette.
I would think
I
so.
feel
yeah.
like she would have, yeah.
I think
Yeah, I would think so. I think all 3 of them
Okay.
are carrying shields provided by what's his face.
Okay. So how many shields were there?
So there are there are 3,
Okay.
as it happens.
So okay, I will. All right. So looking over there and then looking back at the tabards and stuff like that, I will grab how many of those are there? Just like rifle through them real quick and count them. Are there enough for all of us?
Probably.
Probably.
You're rifling through quickly. Give me a investigation at disadvantage.
Okay. Investigation. Okay, disadvantage is 22.
Yeah, pretty good. You're pretty sure there's probably only 5 there.
Okay. 5, and there's 6 of us now. Yes. Okay, so definitely then going to grab all of those, and I'm going to. Would I be relatively able to like stack the shields and kind of like carry them with the tabards on top? Would that be possible, or
it could be challenging getting through the door?
okay. So I'm going to run. I'm going to dart out with what I'll do. I'll grab one shield, then with the tabards, and if that's possible, and run over to the window where we looked in originally.
Okay.
That's possible.
Make a. I don't think you're making anything right now.
Okay. So I'm gonna open the window.
Oh, natural. Okay. Yep.
Uh-oh.
You're able to open the window.
Excellent. I look around for Eska.
I've remained, sort of close by.
Okay. You see the door, the window fling open.
I will. I've retrieved my cloak and put it back on, and I move up to the window.
Okay. Like, all right, here's some tabards and a shield.
I put my arms out.
And before I left, I wanted to close the trunk. And by any chance, was it? It was not locked, I assume. And is there a lock mechanism on it?
Yes. Let me answer those in order. No, it was not locked. Yes, there is a ability to lock it.
All right. What type of lock is it? Is it like a padlock?
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to. Okay. What is the what does the lock look like on the trunk compared to what I pulled off of the sewer grate?
Oh, there is the ability to lock it, but there is no lock. If that makes sense. Like, it's one of those things where it like flaps over and the little hook pokes through.
Okay. Gotcha. So there's just no padlock there then.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I'll leave it to be.
Okay.
But I just did make sure that it's closed. And
Okay.
yeah. So then going right, I would have done that before I left, just like a backtrack moment. But so then I would just scurry, like just try to crawl my short dwarf legs through the window.
Give me an athletics check.
Oh. Didn't mean to have the disadvantage on, but 15.
Okay, no problem. Could have been more graceful, but you are able to pull yourself up and through the window and flop down onto the soft ground. No, not soft. Still kind of hard. It's cold out.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of a thud.
Yep. And
You see Eska holding the stuff.
I'm going to close the window, or if I can reach it. Otherwise, I would ask Eska to do it since she's taller.
I dump the stuff into your arms because it's too heavy, and I close the window.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Easy enough. Window is closed. Not necessarily latched in exactly the same way, but closed good enough.
Good enough. Let's do this. Go. Go. That was Tasca.
She follows.
And,
Yeah.
Cassette, you see Eska and a little shadow next to Eska as he gets sort of silhouetted vaguely by the light from the window, scurrying towards you, and eventually they reach back up to you at the entryway.
Knock, knock.
I don't know how you guys pulled that off, but
It
Get in here.
went without a hitch. No problems at all.
You saw nothing. I start handing out stuff to people, and I put a tabard over my stuff and drop disguise self.
Okay, so who is not getting a tabard?
I would say it probably should be one of the people who wields a shield.
That does not get a tabard?
Yeah, because then you have
Okay.
the shield as a sort
a
of like
symbol.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the only other option is if someone was completely hidden.
Well, it could be me then, potentially.
Either that or we all are geared. Yeah.
Because, I mean, I could re-up my... Even though I just dropped Disguise Self, I could re-up it.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, the thing is that I can't... Well, yeah, I don't mind re-upping it.
The other option is just to like have somebody pretend to be like a civilian or captured, or if somebody sees us, like whoever's wearing the most normal clothes to just not take
My only
anything.
worry, I think that would be a good idea, but my only worry would be if in case they try to take them off us.
Yeah.
How would we? I guess we'd have to maybe argue not to do that, but it could work. Could Silverius wear my cloak so he's at least has some green on him? And just say, just waiting for his habit?
It's at the dry cleaners.
Yeah, maybe they had to make you a new one or something.
I guess that would be fine, just carrying the shield, and just if somebody gets close, just kind of holding it to her chest, to cover that area, be less noticeable. So
That could work.
if we need to.
I think maybe you should be towards the front, Cassette, because you have the natural bearing of a military person.
I know it got asked earlier about the variety of Drake's guard. Because Tabaxi and Dragonborn, have we seen any other hints of those in the area as Drake's warden?
So far you haven't seen them as wardens.
Okay.
Obviously, you've seen at least Marka, as another Dragonborn.
As a deckhand or a ship's first mate.
First mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although that's the first one you've really seen over here.
Mm-hmm.
Really, they're just not as common around here. Tabaxi, you did run into what's his face?
Manus
Marius.
or Maris.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Marius?
Yeah.
Okay.
In my
suddenly
notes, yeah.
doubted. Okay. And then I think that might be it so far. So not massively represented compared to the like humans and elves and dwarves and so on.
Okay. So Varus, yeah, just say that.
It might be a bit tricky convincing some of us. Unless we come up with a passable story, perhaps we are special or selected to perhaps find a fugitive down here.
Yes, we could have. Perhaps we could have been sent from the mainland to catch a fugitive that was over here. That
Should
way
we be
they
questioned?
don't know us.
Aye, a story.
Confidence is key in this kind of situation. Part of a lot of what they will be looking for is just the confidence of our words. So
With confidence, with confidence, we will need believability. A story that we can all agree on.
Yes.
The mainland, that is a good one. No one should recognize us.
Yes, we can say we were sent from Delzima from the Drake's Tower there. That is a real place that they may know of and ties us in. We have been sent on a hush mission from there because they do not want to spread panic. So cooperation is appreciated, is how we could phrase it. We
What
could
are
say
they?
there is a mage who has come across here looking to find who has been trying to infiltrate to the heart of the city under the castle. Perhaps. I don't know, something like that.
And perhaps we are not searching for the mage, but a means of shoring up defenses.
Ah. Yes.
That way they do not feel afraid or at risk themselves.
Yes. Yes, I like that. We're trying to walk the perimeter to come up with ideas to help keep things in check.
Aye.
I don't see what could go wrong.
That sounds good to me.
It would also explain the nature of our group somewhat, that we are not all big burly soldiers, we are specialists.
Hmm. Then we shall divvy up the armor and tabards. I will take your cloak, Eska. The tabard looks a bit small anyways.
Yes, that sounds good.
Take the shield too.
He'll grab the shield.
I would prefer to not have a shield if possible.
Just leave the extra one, I guess.
Does could Claire switch hers out? Would Claire want to? Do you want to trade out to Claire just to make it a little bit more convincing? Bit extra confidence on your arm?
That's fine, but I'd feel bad about leaving the other one behind. Maybe I could just strap one to my back and then carry the other one.
Are the shields like pretty decent size and heavy?
Yeah, so I mean, I imagine the one that Claire was carrying was probably not too big and burly anyway. The Drakesburg ones are definitely larger and sturdier than Claire would normally
Yeah.
carry.
Okay. Yeah, Smokey has like -1 to his strength, so he's not gonna carry something like that.
Are you referencing, by the way, her LaRue shield? Or just I thought she had like a bucket lid from the boat. Or
I think no, at the moment, you guys would have been able to pick up new ones from Marius.
Okay.
And I could just see Claire not feeling good about leaving that shield behind.
Oh yeah.
Feel guilty about them being out. This way they could end up with an extra shield. So who has shields right now?
How many did you get? 5?
5 tabards and 1 shield.
Oh, and 1 shield.
Yeah, I was gonna try to carry all of them, but I just didn't want to like mess around with it too much to get caught.
Yeah. Then I guess the shield should probably go to. Are we? Well, Eska had suggested earlier, but
If Corset is leading, perhaps as a symbol of such, she carries the shield.
I'm okay with that. If I don't use that one, I'm gonna keep the one I have anyway.
just carry 2 shields. 1 left arm, 1 right arm.
Shield bashing.
Double shields.
She has some abilities that help her that she needs a shield, so
Oh yeah.
so if she doesn't take that one, which is not necessary, she's at least gonna keep hers.
Well, who's not wearing a tabard? Or I guess I'm not wearing it. I'm wearing the green cloak.
If you're not wearing it, you should take the shield probably.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. At least you have
that
something
makes
to
sense,
kind
yeah.
of, like showing off the emblem of the place.
Yeah. And without qualms, Savarius will just drop Marius' shield to the corner. And he'll take the Drake's Warden shield.
It clangs and 800 cards come.
Did I mention he threw it at a really muddy spot?
Does that thing coins do? Like, whoa, 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 spin in a circle and make a ton of noise.
Yeah.
This big shield. Whoa.
Okay, so
We've had bad luck with
Valerius.
coins too.
Aska's green cloak, shield. Everyone else is wearing a tabard, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Adding to the inventory.
All right.
I guess
So, we have-
Eska's also gonna try and like put her hair into a ponytail, I suppose, to try and look more uniformed in that sense. You know,
Make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh
She's
dear.
never done this before.
She changed her mind. Let's see. I don't know, she probably might not have done. Yeah, 8.
Yeah, it doesn't go well.
It's a side knot.
Yeah, Claire looks at you and says, "Oh, okay, let's have another go."
She just bends over, like, kneels down next to Claire.
Give me a sleight of hand with advantage and guidance.
Nice. That's gonna be... that is gonna be 26.
Yeah,
Jesus.
The first attempt, you like, it was already falling out before you'd even started taking your hands away. and you hadn't got everything tucked up there in the first place anyway. And Claire spends doesn't take it very long. Like in 30 seconds, she's done a fairly rudimentary braid, and then is able to tie it up in such a way that your hair is under control and looks kind of fabulous.
Thank you, Claire. I might have to get you to teach me how to do this a bit better. You know, for future subterfuge.
Who would have thought hairstyling would have been so important? Okay. So everyone is bedecked in Drakesburg green. And oh boy. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, everyone's decked in the green tabards, and then it has the like silver outline of the shield and the silver dragon. Was it green dragon? I tried pulling it up earlier and I failed miserably. Let me see if I can get it to pull up here. New. Oh, that's not what I was trying to do as well. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, so you have the tabards on. Severus has Eska's cloak, which comes down to about your knees instead of your ankles, as it would on Eska.
Mm-hmm.
Carrying the shield. You look like a slightly motley version of a group of guards of Drake's Warden. Presumably, you head back down the way you came? Question mark?
Are we all set? Any questions?
Anything else you're doing before you go?
Cosette, do you feel ready to do this?
I think as ready as I'm going to be.
And what's the marching order down the corridor?
Claire
I
last.
think
Yeah, because that can go first if we're no longer, stealthing at all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say to I am gonna say I'm gonna try and stay next, like just behind Cassette, and just as they're about to go, I'm gonna say, Cassette, remember, confidence is key. You have the look. I believe that you have it in you. Just make them think you're in charge.
Yeah, that pauses for a second and isn't as confident as the nod gives you the impression she is. But yep, starts walking. I guess, but yeah, she's gonna follow Eska's lead as far as direction. Because I don't know that she's familiar with it.
Yeah, Esko would just remind you of where, in theory, we're heading, and
Yeah,
just sort of
okay.
say, it's on you. You're just gonna have to work outside of that. We're just gonna have to sort of see how it goes.
So I mean, the first step is very easy. You go down, and you've got a long tunnel, and you can kind of make out just a hint of flickering light that indicates where those 3 guards were earlier. Just a hint. But it's 100 plus feet away. So I've got Cassette, Eska, and then I know Claire is last.
I'm assuming Claire's last.
I'll go behind
fine for now.
Eska.
Okay.
I'll be in the middle. Probably.
With Kedox on your shoulder or arm.
Yes. He'll be on my shoulder.
I will stand back with Claire to try to help, like, keep her cool, I guess.
I imagine that Claire's not enjoying this.
No, I imagine he's just like...
I imagine not either, so I'll just kind of be like, it's all right.
I can even imagine a very quietly muttered conversation in Dwarvish at the back there.
Yeah.
Claire sort of reverting, venting her frustrations a little bit.
Things are going pretty well so far. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, lying, breaking the rules, and sneaking around. 3 strikes for Gaston.
Alrighty, so...
But we haven't killed anybody.
Yeah.
True. Very true.
Yeah, look at... Silver
Okay.
lining.
Fair point, I suppose.
But we will stop here as the group is getting ready to get back to that junction with the 3 guards.
This is nuts, y'all.
Cassette leading the way, leading the merry conga line down back
We
into
all
the sewers.
walk down the hallway in like the V formation in slow motion as the camera pans back.
I mean, it's a very
There's an
subtle V.
explosion behind us. It's very all very good.
We gotta have a theme song.
Yeah,
Like,
it's 80s rock plays behind us.
I'm thinking some like Maverick, you know.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
Highway to the Danger Zone.
Yeah. This is exactly what we're doing.
I mean, it felt like stealth just wasn't going to work, so I don't know.
They were
I don't think...
everywhere.
Yeah.
There's
They're
something going
swarming.
on down here, man, because this is crazy.
I mean, who knows what could have happened if you'd have rolled different?
Well, I mean, you know.
Who knows?
I mean, I think we rolled pretty good that time for stealth, but
For
still.
stealth.
Oh, for stealth, sure. Yeah.
Talk about a
You-
the double zero.
Oh, the double
Yeah,
Stealth
zeros
rolls
of
well,
doom.
you know.
Very important.
Oh, that was a whole thing of like, hey, this is going really well, to like everything's gone wrong.
Yeah.
It started real strong.
Yeah.